18 newsroom here. Ladies and gentlemen, we will turn the spotlight towards what's been happening in the United Kingdom in the area of Leicester for a few days, ladies and gentlemen, and it all started with the India-Pakistan cricket match. Now we are given to understand, as we do a deep dive, that it all started on the 28th of August, and this is actually not a fight between two communities, that is Hindus and Muslims, but this is India versus Pakistan, and it is Pakistani groups and individuals who are behind not just the vandalizing and desecration of temples, but also targeting of Hindu families and business establishments in this region. It started on the 28th of August with a cricket match which India won, but ahead of the match, a burger was served on an Indian flag in a Muslim restaurant run by a Pakistani, and that's where this whole fracas started. India won that match on the 28th of August. There were celebrations, and then, of course, there were complaints that were raised. But what we are given to understand is these celebrations happened purely within the rules and after permission from the local administration. But the whole aspect changed, and matters got out of hand on the 4th of September when Pakistan beat India. After that, things spiraled. And not just on that day where there was large-scale vandalism, it was actually a huge group of people in thousands who came from Birmingham. They came from Birmingham to Leicester, and they created huge amount of ruckus. Hindu homes were targeted. In fact, Ganesh Chaturthi festival was disrupted in some of the homes. There was pelting of eggs which happened. Desecration happened. There was... And it carried on, not just on the 4th, it spilled over into the 5th and went on into the 6th of September. Over 3 days, this entire ruckus spilled over, and matters really took a turn for the worse, with a large number of Hindu groups being targeted. Then there was rumor mongering, which was countered by the Leicester police immediately, saying that no mosque had been attacked, but clearly a Hanuman temple flag atop a Hanuman temple had been vandalized and had been pulled down, and there were other instances also which had come to the fore. All of them confirmed by the authorities. Now we are given to understand that there has been cognizance of this entire development and what has happened, and the involvement of Pakistani elements in creating this entire ruckus with a deliberate intent to push a certain element of communal strife and in this region, and specifically target Hindu families. Now, these are visuals that have come to the fore of rioting, arson, the cops having to get in to try and crack down, and largely given a portrayal like it was a clash between two communities, Hindus versus Muslims, but that's not the case. We are given to understand this is more an India versus Pakistan kind of a scenario that has happened, with Pakistani nationals and Pakistani elements involved in trying to trigger this unease. Now, we're given to understand there is a response that's coming from the High Commission in the United Kingdom. High Commission has issued a statement. Let's go straight across to that statement. We've pulled out that statement here. This is what is written. This has been issued on the 19th of September 2022. We strongly condemn the violence perpetrated against the Indian community in Leicester and vandalization of premises and symbols of Hindu religion. We have strongly taken up this matter with the United Kingdom authorities and have sought immediate action against those involved in these attacks. We call on the authorities to provide protection to the affected people. So the High Commission also waiting through that period of mourning since the Queen's demise to try and take cognizance and to raise this matter altogether. Sanjay Suri is with us. Sanjay Suri, you've had a busy weekend and also through today covering the funeral and the final rites of Queen Elizabeth II. But this ruckus actually spilled on from the 4th of September till about the 6th, 7th. And matters really went out of hand. And as we are getting access to the details, there is clear involvement of Pakistani elements who've come all the way from Birmingham into Leicester to create this ruckus and target Hindu families particularly.
Yes, and of course, while we've all been mourning the passing of the Queen now on the occasion of the funeral now, concerns have been rising all the time about the events in Leicester. Because what is happening is a very organized and apparently well-resourced campaign that is behind this. The way that lies have been spread on the social media is not the work of an individual or two. And, in a situation like this, it's always, there will be allegations and counter-allegations. But consider one or two very salient facts that have emerged and as confirmed by the police. Not that the police have entirely been impartial here. One, the allegation spread on social media that a mosque was attacked. That is simply not the case. No such thing happened, and the police have now confirmed that no such thing happened. What did happen was that at the Shivalaya Mandir in Leicester, a group of people came and they tore down a Hindu flag at the temple. That is a fact, and the police again have confirmed. They say they are aware of this incident and they are investigating. What that leads to is another matter. The police say they have made 2 arrests, and that is very few. Given the scale of this assault, given the scale on which these people have got together and attacked Indian homes around Leicester, the police clearly needed to do very much more than they have done, and we've seen a very little action so far from the police.
Did Sanjay, was there somebody who in Leicester who tried to organize this group? Was there a congregation at a local stadium where certain, very, very communally driven radical calls were given? And were Hindu homes specifically being targeted?
Oh, yes, the latter certainly. And of course, these days for a communication, you don't need to call people to one place to then get them to come to another place. Clearly, there was a communication on social media, on WhatsApp groups, and there were physical meetings amongst people who had to lead this whole assault. And therefore, it is very clear that this has been very, very, very carefully organized. And the police are quite well aware of that. And they're investigating this and they're trying to get to the bottom of it. But clearly, Hindu homes were picked and they were targeted. And the reason that happened was clear. It was the identity of those who were carrying out these attacks, and the method was clear as well, because you have homes that have Hindu symbols, you have cars parked with Hindu symbols and images and of deities inside, and those were picked and attacked and vandalized.
Sanjay, was there targeting of Navratri celebrations? Were young girls also perhaps abused and targeted at one of the Navratri festivals?
There were some allegations like this. There were some allegations that were never substantiated. And so it's very hard to say what has happened. Again, the social media has been a vehicle for spreading rumors that have been motivated and even mischievous. So there were some allegations made about some people having done some such thing, but these were never substantiated.
Right. Sanjay Suri, thank you for your inputs. I know you have time is of essence for you. You've got pressing commitments and you've been doing a fantastic job for us while covering the Queen's